Hello, my good people. Welcome back to episode 3 of Flutter from Scratch series, and this is DAT003. Today, we're going to talk about operators in DAT. And in our last video, we had a look at variables. We saw how we can define variables and various ways of defining variables and their use cases. So, yeah, today we're going to look at how we can work with these variables. Like maybe you want to do an arithmetic operation on it. You want to do a comparison. Maybe you want to let's say make these logical decisions based on the variables that you've created. So the thing that enables us to do these operations are the thing we call operators, and that is what we're going to look at today. um in case you have noticed, today I'm going to use something different. I'm not using Datapad. This is VS Code. Yeah, and today I'm recording from VS Code. I'll upload a video showing how to set up your DAT project in VS Code, but this is just a simple project. Just a simple project. I just created the DAT file over there. So like this is just practice file, and over here just have comments of what we're going to tackle today, and then this is just the main function with our typical hello world. And when we run it by clicking this button over there. So when I click on that, it will run and say hello world. So our program is working fine. So yeah, let's kick in on today's agenda. Operators. I'm gonna start with the most simple or common one, which we have interacted with already. Yeah, in the previous video we talked about variables, and we showed how we can define variables, declare variables, and give them values. For instance, let's say you want to declare variable x, and which is to be an integer, and give it a value 3. How would you do that? Simply, you'll just type int x is equals to 3. So when you do that, int x is equals to 3. Int is the data type, x is the variable name, 3 is the value, which gives us like this equal sign. The equal sign now becomes our operator. Okay, so again, so we're assigning the value 3 to this variable x, having the equal sign as our operator. So if we will want to view the value of 3, we will come down to our main function and just print out 3 and see what will, or not 3, print out x and see what will be written on our console. So when I click here play, I can see 3 and hello world printed over there. So meaning this code works. Okay, so the other assignment operator is this one, the plus is equals, and this one is called the addition assignment operator, meaning you want to add a particular value and assign it to an existing variable. What do I mean by this? We already have this variable x is equals to 3, but you want to add a value 5 or 4 to it without having to recall or reinitialize this variable, right? So how would you do that? You will use this addition assignment operator, sorry. Yeah, so let's move into our main file and see that in action. So when we print x, we have the value 3 written over there. I really hope you can see that. Yeah, the 3 is written over there, and I want to assign like 4 to it, like want to add 4 to it without me having to recall or reinitialize the variable. The way I will do that is I will take this x and say I want you to add and assign this value 4 to it. So when we print x now, typically it will give us a sum of 3 plus 4, meaning we have added this value to this value. Okay, So when we print, let's just remove our hello world. Gotta go and print x. So what we'll see when we print x now, what we'll see is 7. So it's 3 and 7. So why 7? It's because 7 is the number that we have gotten from the addition of 3 and 4. Oh, we're okay to that point. Which brings us to the next operator, which is the subtraction assignment operator, which acts more or less the same like the addition assignment operator. So let's say you want to subtract 2, 1. How would you do that? Just like, let's come here and say x minus is equals to 1. So I'm saying x. So to this value variable x, I want you to subtract and assign 1 to it. Okay, so it will check this existing value. Which one is it? Initially it was 3, but we added 4 to the 3, it became 7. And right now we want to subtract 1, so it will be, you guess it right, 6. Let's run it and see. It will start with 3 and 6. Why 6? Because we added 3 plus 4, 7, 7 minus 1, 6. And that is what is being shown over there. So far, we have looked at the assignment operator, we have looked at the addition assignment operator, and subtraction assignment operator. We move on to the next one, which is arithmetic operators. Now, this is for the math people, not math people, like basically it's just for anyone, math. Okay, so we have seen the addition assignment operator, but there's an operator by itself called the plus. Yeah, the symbol plus, which basically it's done during arithmetic operations. Let's say we declared a variable x already, right? And let's inside here, let's declare a variable y and give it a value. Okay, this is a comment right there. Let me just do it under here. Yeah, so let's give it a value of 5. Int y is equals to 5. So we have x is equals to 3 and int y is equals to 5. We want to add this and this one. So what we can do, we can create a variable sum is equals to x plus y and say int sum is equals to x plus y. Oh, okay. Int sum is equals to x plus y, right? That way. And then if you want to print the value of sum, just come down here and say print sum, and add a semicolon. And when you run our code, we will get 11. So we said value x is equals to 5 and x was 6. Why 6? Because we assigned, right? Remember, 3 plus 4, 7, 7 minus 1, 6. So 6 plus 5 gives us 11. Hope you're not confused by that. Or if you are, I could just comment this out, these two, and just have the initial values, which will be 5 plus 3. Was it 3? Yeah, 5 plus 3, 8. Now, that is the additional operator. Now, the next one is minus. Minus is it just does more or less the same thing. Another thing about additional operator, but this will come in another section. I will have a video of strings. So it's an another advanced DAT concept. So we will cover yeah, something called concatenation. We will cover that in another video. But when you want to when you want to add two strings together, you also use this addition operator. Yep. Let me just do that real quick for you guys right now. And let's say we have a string. We have a string called okay, string called what? Name. Yeah. Of perfect. String called first name. First name is equals to John. Then string called last name is equals to Doe. Now concatenation is just like you're adding two strings together, the first name and the last name. So that will be like we could create another variable called string full name, then we add this and this. So that will be string full name is equals to the first name plus the last name. Yeah, which is a string. So when you do this, it will combine John and Doe, but there won't be any space between because these two strings are being conjoined together. So when you print out, let's just come here and print out the full name and see. We want to see full name, and if we click on run, our output will give John Doe. So if you would want to have a space in between, you could just like add another character like that way and do something like that. So if we run it right now, because of this empty string, we will have the space John Doe. So that is concatenation. Yeah, but as I've said, we will discuss more of concatenation and other ways of working with strings in another video. But basically that's how the plus operator works. And the next one was the minus operator. This is just basic arithmetics, basic math. So we had the variable y and x. We will now want to calculate y minus x. What will it be? So let's just print that out. You can create a variable. You can choose either if you want to create a variable or not. It's your choice. But I haven't. So if we do y minus x and semicolon over there, and we run our code, it will give me 2 because the value of y was 5 and 3 was x was 3. So 5 minus 3 gives us the 2, which is printed over there. Now that is the subtraction operation. Now divide also works the same. Let's see. Let's just change it. So divide operator is the slash. Okay, slash like that way. So if we do y divided by x, it's not. I think it won't give a full number, but let's see. 1.66666666667. Yeah, so that is the output of the division. Okay, but you could want it to give you a full number. Okay, not a decimal. You want a full, like you want this integer to be specific, an integer. And for you to have an integer, we have this other operator. We call it the integer division. So what you do we have this symbol. It looks like it's curly. Yep. So we say instead of having the slash, we have that taking precedence first of all. So we have it. Yeah, here it is on line 51. Yeah, as you can see, it looks like this, and then you have the slash. So if we do run this code right now, we will see our output come as 1, an integer. That is how you use that operator, the integer division operator. So it gives you a full an integer, not a decimal. But if you want a decimal, you can just like don't specify this as the symbol, just use the slash. Yep. And another part of the arithmetic operation, we have the modulo. So the modulo is just the percentage thingy, yeah, which gives you the calculation of the remainder of some two operations. Like let's say for instance we divided 5 divided by 3, right? That will be 1 remainder 2. So what the modulo does, it gives you the output of the remainder. So what do I mean by this? We had, let me just print it out. We had our y, which is we assign the value of 5 to it, and then we do modulo x and add the semicolon over there. So if we print y modulo x, we will our expected output is the expected output is the remainder. So if we run this, if we run it, and we will see the output shown over there as 1, because if you divide 5 divided by 3, wait a minute, no, it's not 1. Sorry, I commented the wrong code. Sorry about that. Let me just comment this one, and I was supposed to uncomment this one and run it again. We will see it's 2. I'm certain. Yeah, we got 2. Now this is the output of the remainder of this arithmetic calculation. So yeah, I think to that point, that's it about the arithmetic operators. I think there are way more others, but these are the basic ones. You can go and play around with them, build a calculator with them, just like try to be creative with them and just expound on what you've already seen here. And yeah, it goes beyond. Then the next operators is the relational operators. So relational operators is the ones that they take two variables and then see how this one relates to the other. It can be 2 or more, but basically it's just like how do you relate to the other. For example, yeah, for example, our first variable, like let's say this is that right angle. Okay, yeah, it's supposed to look something like this. Yes, this is the equals symbol. So let's see, what do we want to compare? We want to compare x and y, right? And this majorly, this one, like when it does this, you can use it either when in an if statement or when you want just to check the the truthiness, for lack of a better word. But if a statement is true, so let's say you want to say if this child, yeah, perfect analogy, you are going to the club and you want to check if this person is an overage or underage. So if this person's age, yeah, so like let's say we have this variable age is equals to 18, right? Or yeah, so if we use it mostly in if statements, and We're going to tackle if statements in the next video, which is conditionals in that. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. I will do more explanation on there. But just to show you what this thing does, it compares like, okay, it compares this variable with a value that precedes wait, after it, not precedes, sorry. So if age is greater than 16, 18, yeah, so do something. You can say you're an adult, or if not, but you get the point, right? So this compares this one, right? Or maybe you uh can't think of another better use case though, but I hope you get the point. This one is, it checks if this value on the left is bigger than the value on the right. Okay, so if it is bigger than the right, you can do something. If it isn't, you can do something. But what about, like, what will happen if we say why then that way, print this statement? What will be given? Let's just run and see. It will say true, because it has done a check or a comparison between y and x, and it's found out that yes, y was 5 and x was 3. So it's true that y is greater than x. Hope we are in the same page. Okay, this one is so the opposite of this one is this way. Okay, so this one is less than. So this one is greater than, but, and this one is less than. Yeah, the other wing. Yep, that wing. Yeah, it's less. It stands for less than. So if this particular, we could change this one, and intentionally just let's remove it from that one to that one and see which output will be given over here. And it'll say false, because ain't no way y is less than x, since y is 5 and x is 3. So which will make y to this statement entirely to be false, because it doesn't add up. Yes. So that is about this operator, the greater than, less than operator. We have this one, the right wing and the equal sign, which shows that if it is greater than or equals to, so do something. Perfect analogy for that one is, yeah, the age of which somebody qualifies to drive in our country, or no, let's not drive, drink. So if the person is 18 years and above, take your drink, you're allowed. But if not, you're not allowed. So that is how this operator is being used, the greater than or equals. And then the opposite of it, the other wing, less than or equals. So if it is less than or equals, do there some other thing. Okay. Now, another set of operators, we have these logical operators. And yeah, we have the first one is this two and this just basically it just stands for and yeah, because you can have still we will look at this more in the conditional statements in the next video, because like if you have this statement and you also want to add another criteria to criteria of pricking, like let's say if John is okay, if John is a boy and finished school, do something. Or if, okay, let me look for another example that you can relate with. qualifications of maybe running for an MP. So if you have these documents and you have served as this you serve in this particular office, you qualify for this. So that is where this and comes in place, right? Then the next one is we have this exclamation mark. Now that one, it's fun because it can be used for a very like other um, for a very like for a variety of reasons, right? Number one, it can be used to negate a statement, right? Because maybe still it falls under the operations and uh conditionals, yeah. And it says like that thing is not true. Okay, like we can say like what I want to say, int age is equals to 18. Okay, age is equals to 18. Then I want to this doesn't make sense though. I feel like we will look at this more in the next video, conditionals, since I don't want to bombard you with a lot of things at once. But so far I hope you've gotten the gist of the other operators. I think the rest we'll cover in the next video of conditional statements in that. Anyways, thank you all for watching this one. See you all in the next one, that 004 conditionals, which will expound on these operators in depth. But as for today, I just hope I gave you an introduction of what the operators are and what they do in that, so that you can have a rough idea of what they do. So till then, I'm gonna see you in the next one. Um, please share your thoughts, comment, and if you have any other ideas, you can just like reach out. And please subscribe to the channel and tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's all learn together and let's do this thing. Let's root for each other. Till next time. See ya. Ciao.